There were complaints about allegations of incompetence from the side of the ECN, but I wanted to find out from SWAPO Party itself, does the party believe that the ECN actually executed the election process in its best ability? And also wanted to find out what specific areas of the electoral process does the SWAPO Party acknowledges that could have been handled better?
Thank you, MC. The SWAPO Party. My name is Sophia. I'm a reporter for the NBC TV. Madam President, when such conferences are made, there are usually a series of events following the announcement after the electoral commission is made the declaration. Okay. We expect the announcement of your cabinet, the announcement of the vice president, and we're asking for names in particular, but maybe you have a timeline of when the nation can accept such announcements to say in January, in 2 weeks, in February, or also vice president, maybe a timeline of when we can make such announcements. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. I hope that is very clear. The next one.
Good afternoon, Your Excellency. My name is Netumbo. I'm a freelance journalist. With the just ended elections, we saw that there was overwhelming support from especially the northern regions of Namibia. There is currently a court case whereby one of the prospective parliamentarians from another party is asking for the removal of the red line. What direction is the party going to take in this regard?
Okay, give him a chance, please.
Talking about proceedings, Namibia was its first gentleman. What would be your husband's role in your administration? The elections that just...
Silence, please. David, the elections need to understand the questions, please.
The elections that just took place have been marked with irregularities, according to some observers who were here. Do you believe these shortcomings, such as voters not being able to vote, was to the disadvantage of SWAPO? And if yes, what redress will SWAPO seek from the ECM? Thank you very much.
Okay, the third comrade, you're also comrades in your own rights.
Yes, good afternoon. My name is Esther Mavela. I've got questions to Sophia. On Tuesday, I tried to ask you because we actually wanted to find out when the election results were announced. Unlike the SWAPO Party in the past, there should have been some celebrations. I wanted to find out what took the party so long to celebrate. And then, secondly, my other question is that there were complaints of irrigation.
Sorry. Attention, please.
Yeah. There were complaints about allegations of incompetence from the side of the ECN, but I wanted to find out from SWAPO Party itself, does the party believe that the ECN actually executed the election process in its best ability? And also wanted to find out what specific areas of the electoral process does the SWAPO Party acknowledges that could have been handled better? That's it for me. Thank you.
Good afternoon, newspaper. First, let me congratulate the President of concerned. As you prepare to take office in March 2021, and also continue leading the SWAPO Party, what is your plan as far as reversing the situation is concerned? Second note, as the head of the party, what is your message to your competitors during the just ended elections as far as their unhappiness that this election was the process are concerned? What are you going to put on the table for them to ensure that they come to the party and help you in this nation?
Thank you very much. That was the last one question. Now, questions. Thank you. Comment, President-elect.
Thank you very much, Comrade Deputy Secretary General. The first question is asking the timeline in the announcement of the cabinet. I believe the person who asked the question, if I understood, is a Namibian, and fully aware of the Namibian timeline of announcing the cabinet, because we are now on the 8th election. Remember that the cabinet will only be put in place on the eve of the 21st, when you dissolve the parliament. So that will be the time. It has been a tradition and it will continue. So that is the timeline. And then another question is that one of the political party that is elected has been demanding for the removal of the red line. In fact, if you attended the second Lady Conference, that's where the resolution was taken. So it's not that somebody is the one who's driving, but it's the nation that took the resolution. And already it's taking some time, because whether we want to believe or we don't want to believe, the economic impact in the world where we are, it can have an economic impact. And that's why now as a government we have a plan how to and we have already started, how to gradually we can reach that. So that is just a chance taken, but it's a national decision. And then the question as to what will be the role of my husband. You know, I'm elected as the president of Namibia. He remained my husband, like the wives of the former president and the current, who have been the president of the Republic of Namibia. So when we get into that office, if there are specific tasks that are done by the spouse, then we will see how that spouse can take it over. And I'm elected as the president. And then there is a question of people who have not voted, whether they have an impact on SWAPO. You know, since independence, we never had 100% vote turnout. So you always had some people who have not voted. And of course, if your member did not vote, you wanted them to vote. But it's not something out of the ordinary. So therefore, SWAPO got what we got based on those who have voted. And I'm sure it's not going to be the last time when you have some of the people who have not voted. Then the question by the Secretary General, I will jump it. And then you asked us, whether we feel the ECN has done the work to the best of their ability. What they did is what they are able to do. And they have finalized the process. And that's what where we are. So that is their ability. So I cannot really doubt it. And then there is a question. I agree with you, but not fully, because we have been always on the issue of us reducing our numbers. Yes, it's true. This time, the numbers in terms of percentage we have really reduced. But in terms of the figures, if you look at both the presidential and the party, we have increased, if you have to compare from the numbers of the last elections. But definitely, losing so many seats we are not happy about it, but it's the decision of the people. As to what we are going to do, I told you that for the past 3 years, the Secretary General and myself, we have been engaging the people. We understand where the programs are, and these are the issues that we have to look at, so that we increase further the confidence of the Namibian people in SWAPO Party. The last questions is how about our competitors? Definitely they have to talk for themselves. But what I'm saying for Namibians is important that we really take our institution, our country at heart and work out, and where there are shortfalls, we must find the best way of addressing them. So thank you very much.
President-elect of the Republic of Namibia, dear media houses, specifically to my, I don't think you are the same age as my firstborn. So you cannot be my daughter, I can say my little sister. I didn't want to say that I appreciate your questions. The day before yesterday and the other days with Nashine, whatever the name is. You were on my case, and I think you are still on my case, so I don't get satisfied. And you are looking for satisfaction. And therefore, I'm really ready to satisfy you. Told you that if you have some unsatisfied feelings, you are welcome to come to my office. But on the question of why the celebration have taken so long, a day, 2 or 3, I want to tell you that the office of the Secretary General is an office which doesn't like things that are haphazardly done. As you see me, perhaps I must stand a little better. I cannot have a celebration done haphazardly because there are some logistical arrangements to be done. It cannot be me to have my president-elect to be grilled by the sun. There should be a tent for the president-elect. That speaks to the standards of the president-elect. It should also be understood by your good selves that having a celebration is not only about the Secretary General. I structures, sections, branches, districts, regions, and on top of that, there are financial matters that should be considered. To say to it that a fair distribution is made to each and every region, because celebrations is not only for one group. Celebrations should be made, and celebrations should be felt within the 14 regions of our country, because we have all contributed to this victory. And then on Saturday, same time, there is going to be celebrations of this victory within the 14 regions. And therefore, when you are dealing with me, you should be understanding, having the same understanding that you are dealing with an administrator. And lastly, about the EC and the things and don't